Welcome to today's deep dive. Today we are unpacking a devotional text called Day 41. It's really all about protecting your inner life and the true mechanics of a pure heart.
Right. Yeah, it gets into the actual core of what drives us.
Exactly. And to frame this, think about your smartphone for a second. I mean, we spend all our time obsessing over the apps, how they look, how fast they run.
Right. How they appear to everybody else on the outside.
Yeah. But people usually focus entirely on fixing those visible apps, which are basically our outward actions and behaviors. But if the operating system itself, like your heart, is compromised by bugs,
Bugs like pride or deep-seated jealousy, bitterness.
right, if those bugs are there, the whole system eventually crashes no matter how good the apps look.
It's a great analogy, and it completely validates the text's core argument.
Mm.
I mean, a person can appear perfectly respectable on the outside, running all the right behavioral apps while totally neglecting their inner life.
Which is pretty common, honestly.
Yeah, it is. And this is why the source really emphasizes Matthew 5.8. Purity begins in the dark, unseen places where our desires and character are formed, long before it's ever seen in our actions.
But wait, I want to push back on that a little bit because outward appearances are just so easily faked, right? How do we actually fix the underlying operating system?
Well, that's the hard part.
I mean, isn't it just easier to try harder to be a good person? If I see a bad behavior, I just force quit the app and focus on avoiding the bad actions. Why can't I just white knuckle it?
Because behavior modification only suppresses the app temporarily. The malicious code is actually still running in the background. The text addresses this using the historical example of David.
Oh, right. After his huge moral failure.
Exactly. Following his failure, David realized that just trying harder to be a good guy wasn't enough. It's fundamentally flawed. That's why in Psalm 51.10, he didn't pray for, improved actions or better self-control.
Right. He prayed, create in me a pure heart.
Yeah. Purity isn't just avoiding sin. It is genuinely desiring what pleases God. And the text notes this is a really beautiful work of grace, not just human effort alone.
Because if you're just using human effort, your desires haven't actually changed. You still want to do the bad thing. You're just terrified of getting caught.
Exactly. It fundamentally rewires what you want.
And because this internal shift rewires our desires, it completely transforms how we interact with others. The text takes a really strong stance on relationships here.
Oh, totally. Because when the code is rewritten, another person ceases to be an object you just use to satisfy your own desires.
Right. A pure heart actually protects trust. It refuses manipulation because manipulation takes deception, and that's just a sign of a corrupted inner life. It honors another person's dignity instead.
But those system crashes, they don't just happen out of nowhere. The heart is constantly being shaped in real time by your daily inputs.
Like what you read, what you watch.
Yeah, what you listen to. Every single day, you are actively writing healthy code or introducing new bugs into the system.
Which leads perfectly into the actionable challenge for you, the listener. You have to do a brutally honest audit of your daily influences, right down to, your endless social media
The
scrolling.
doom scrolling, yeah.
We all do it. But you have to ask yourself, does this draw me closer to God or further away? And then commit to replacing just one unhealthy influence today.
It's basically about taking control of the data stream. The source wraps up this entire discussion with a really great closing quote. It says, "A pure heart is the quiet place where God's truth shapes every choice before the world ever sees it."
Wow. Before the world ever sees it. That means the hidden inputs matter way more than the visible outputs. So we want to leave you with a final provocative thought to mull over on your own.
Yeah, keep that smartphone OS analogy in mind.
Right. The text is super clear that our daily media consumption shapes our hidden heart, which eventually produces our visible actions. So if your current entertainment and social media diet was the only blueprint used to construct your future character, what kind of person would you inevitably become 5 years from now?